On this week's episode of For Real Friday, I want to talk about pre-listing home inspections. A pre-listing home inspection is basically when a seller has a home inspector come into their home before we list the property. There really are two purposes, in my opinion, for this. First is when a seller is diligent and wants to know what kind of deficiencies an inspector may find that they aren't aware of so that they can be proactive and fix these issues before the home hits the market. The second is in a market like this, of all this craziness, where we are seeing more and more competitive offer situations, having a pre-listing inspection sometimes gives buyers peace of mind and increases the likelihood of coming in with an offer with no conditions. I had a client last week in a multiple offer situation. We were provided with a pre-listing home inspection, but as a realtor who is always trying to protect her clients, I still can never recommend, even with a pre-listing inspection, not having the condition on inspection. Unless this report was done by one of my preferred inspectors, I cannot guarantee that that report outlines everything that is wrong with the home. This inspector could be the brother of the seller for all that we know. Like any industry, there are good and bad home inspectors. And so again, unless this report was done by who I would be recommending as someone you pay to do the home inspection, I don't think it's ever a good idea to opt out of a home inspection just because they already had one done, especially if they haven't bothered to address all of the deficiencies that were found. As buyers struggle in this competitive market and are being beat out like every offer by someone who is now opting out of conditions, it becomes this mental vicious cycle of thinking you need to do the same to ever get a home. In 2017, when all of this happened, we definitely saw an increase in the amount of pre-listing home inspections that were being done. And I think that could be a trend that we see again. I just think as buyers, having the opportunity to have your own home inspection is always the right thing. From a seller's perspective, if something is missed on that report and then it's an issue when the buyer moves in, it could lead to further issues for you as a seller. As a seller, I'd much rather be in a spot that says, we didn't know about this and you had the chance to have an independent inspection, rather than having provided them something to sway them out of having conditions. Overall, I can say I am not a huge fan of pre-listing home inspections, unless the purpose is just being diligent about addressing deficiencies in your home. So buyer beware. If you are provided a pre-listing inspection, it does not mean that you really know exactly what home you are buying.